Well, actually, Ben Kirkwood doesn't need an introduction, but we have to go through this process of having someone introduce him formally. So I'd like to call on Professor Roland Simbulan to do that.
Magandang hapon sa inyo lahat. I actually was just supposed to listen here this afternoon, but Ed requested me to formally introduce Dr. Ben Kirkwood, since I've known him and his wife for several years, especially when they were based in Australia at the Australian National University. Ben Kirkwood wants to be known as Ben Kirkwood Tria. Tria is the surname of his wife, Melinda, who also wrote a book about Manila's trade unions during the American occupation. And I personally was first introduced to the writings of Ben when I read his what I would call his landmark book on the Hope Rebellion in the Philippines. And I was really impressed by his approach to the rebellion in the 1950s. My introduction to our speaker this afternoon is actually based on the details which have been provided by the website of the Australian National University. It says here that growing up in a small town in the plains of Montana, USA, Ben was surrounded by working-class relatives and friends for whom political discussion and debate were part of life. That background helps to account for his research interests until today. After graduating from the local public high school, he earned degrees at Whitman College and the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Then taught for nearly 20 years at the University of Hawaii, Honolulu, before joining the Australian National University in 1992. And his research interests, as reflected in his publications, are in comparative politics, Southeast Asia, and Asian studies. And he has been fascinated with how ordinary people deal with big pressures on their lives, especially the peasantry. And Ben has emphasized research on agrarian politics in Southeast Asia, closely related in his study of interactions between ordinary people and authorities or other elites. He's currently researching local reactions to major recent national policies in the Philippines and Vietnam. Some of his key publications or books are The Hope Rebellion, Study of Peasant Revolt in the Philippines. This was published in 1977 by the University of California Press, and there is a new edition published by Roman and Littlefield in 2002. He also wrote Everyday Politics in the Philippines, published by the University of California Press in 1990, and there is also a new edition of this published by Roman and Littlefield in 2002. And in 1997, he published the book Land Struggles and Land Regimes in the Philippines and Vietnam during the 20th century. And one of his recent books to come out, which was published by Cornell University Press in 2005, is titled The Power of Everyday Politics, How Vietnamese Peasants Transformed National Policy. Ben is currently Professor Emeritus of the Department of Political and Social Change at the School of International Political and Strategic Studies at the Australian National University, and he was chair of this Department of Political and Social Change for several years. And during his term, I had the opportunity to visit him at ANU during certain occasions when I was there. To sum up his academic career, he has been faculty member of the University of Hawaii from 1971 to 91. He has been a faculty member of the Australian National University since 1992 up to the present. And this, as I mentioned, he's Professor Emeritus at ANU. And currently he has been doing a lot of research, especially comparative studies on the Philippines and Vietnam. It is my honor to formally introduce Dr. Ben Kirkgate, our speaker this afternoon.